Welcome to the Project Bring Me Life podcast, talking about the spiritual awakening, metaphysics, and holistic health with artists, musicians, guides, writers, healers, and supporters. So please join us. Wake up and shine on.
All right, here we are again. It's another wonderful Tuesday episode on the Project Bring Me Life website or YouTube, wherever you're listening.
Web show.
So we're excited to have you. It's a very beautiful evening.
Indeed.
So thank you all for joining us. Let us all relax.
So, this week's...
Whoa, what is
What
that?
are we talking on here?
Right when I said relax, your voice goes.
You got last week's thing playing. What are you doing here?
Okay. So, getting everything settled early. So, close your eyes, please, if you would, and let's just take a few deep breaths in. So, let's just start with the first breath, and just letting everything go. Letting go of all that stress. And letting go of all your worries and anxieties. And letting go of anything else that you're holding in that you aren't comfortable with, that is holding you back. And just take a second to reflect on what has happened in the last week. And just scan your physical body for any sensations. Just getting grounded in this present moment, not thinking about the past or the present or the future, maybe the present. Just coming into this moment fully aware, fully conscious, and feeling the love that is always surrounding us. So, whenever you're ready, begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. Come back. Open your eyes. Welcome to the show. Today we have a wonderful guest. Welcome to the show, Mr. Brandon.
Howdy.
Howdy ho.
Howdy.
It is a great pleasure to have you on the show tonight.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. To start off, I just wanted to say how amazing of a person you are. Each time I see you, you're just a very humble, very genuine person, and so, you know, your music, I believe, reflects that. So it's very exciting for us to have you on the show.
You always
Thanks a
smile.
lot.
Yes, you are always very smiley.
I like that.
Smiles are the best.
Yes, they are. They are important in this world.
For sure.
So, I would like to ask you about, first off, let's talk about your music and liquid sound theory. So give us a little bit of background. How did the liquid sound theory all start?
All right, liquid sound theory started originally I started as Blue Fossil, was my original name, and I started producing about 4 or 5 years ago. I've been playing guitar since I was about 16, and picking up all kinds of other instruments that I can get my hands on. And then, so I started producing, and then I moved to Detroit, and then that gave me an avenue to start playing my stuff out, and so that was really awesome. And right before I moved to Detroit, I changed the name to Liquid Sound Theory. There was this girl I was hanging out with, and she was like, I I always wanted a band named Liquid Sound, and I was like, wow, that's like really, I like that. And then I was like, well, let's make it Liquid Sound Theory, and so that's where that name came up from. And then yeah, so I came here, started DJing a bit, working on my live productions now, and which will be coming out on at the Near Infinity party here in Detroit next
Yeah.
month.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Near Infinity is a very exciting event, and I did want to mention this to everybody because you know, Near Infinity is put on by the IM, the Intergalactic Art Movement, and you are part of that, aren't you?
I am a part of that. I am not taking, not playing too much of a part in helping with the parties now. I've been focusing mostly on the music. I'll compose music for the parties, and that's kind of my job.
Yeah. All right. So, is there anything you could tell us about this event, or like what sort of classes or workshops are they doing and things like that?
Well, there's a few different workshops. I know me and Andrea are going to be doing the space yoga there, which we've been doing now since the blast off party last winter, which was in January, February, or something like that. And then there's also some more workshops, and I forget exactly what they are. I think Nick will be doing a Merkaba activation there, which I always enjoy doing those. And then let's see here, I think Sarah Hall is doing some kind of awesome work there too. I'm not. I don't know the details, but for music, we do have Dixon's violin coming out, which will be great. I'm excited to share the stage with him. We also have Neural Patterns will be DJing, and then I will be performing my live set, and then we have, well, Amoeba will be playing also.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah,
and then
and
just got DJ Holographic, which I haven't heard his stuff yet, so I'm excited to hear that.
I like the name for sure. But yeah, you said Nick Bryce is going to do the Merkaba activation. He was on our show, and if you check out podcast number 25, either on YouTube or on Spreaker.com/Project Broomy Life, he talks about basically what happens when we do this Merkaba activation. And so if you're interested in that, check that out. So it's pretty awesome that he's going to be doing this in Detroit.
It sounds like Near Infinity is going to be a Project Bring Me to Life party too, because half the people there we've interviewed and got to share their stories.
Yeah, I think it's great because a lot of people that are going to be there have been on the show, so
Tribe time.
it's it's cool to tell our audience about events that that are happening live with people that we've hosted, and everybody, if you're listening to this, if you enjoyed the people that we've interviewed, you should check out this Near Infinity event in Detroit, Michigan, because it's going to be really amazing. Sarah Hall, like you said, is going to be doing her thing, her shamanic workshop, and Nick Bryce, and Liquid Sound Theory, you're going to play your music there. And so you said you were doing your space yoga there too?
Yes, we're doing space yoga, which is always fun.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to be doing all kinds of stuff there.
For sure. I was curious about this space yoga. What exactly is space yoga?
All right, well, space yoga is me and Andrea. I just DJ some down-tempo psychedelic music, and then Andrea leads a yoga class.
Yeah, and I remember doing this at, it might have been Blast Off, and just your music integrated with her yoga, and she was like using the space as a guide to sort of guide you through this visualization while you were doing it.
I know I walked up into space yoga in the middle of Imminent disclosure? Just like, I forgot the name. Imminent disclosure. I was out in the parking lot doing something. All of a sudden, I heard your music play, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check out what that is. And I see like everybody's kind of doing these like interesting spacey poses and like bringing down the energy. And I was like, well, I might check that out. And I usually don't check out yoga. That's not one of my things. It's something I need to get more into. But I definitely enjoyed the space yoga. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, get into more yoga.
Yeah, I need to do that. I'm not as bendy as I should be, I guess.
I used to not be bendy, but I've been doing yoga now for a while, so I'm getting very bendy.
Work
like,
So what inspired this space yoga?
Well, we all met like before the blast off party last year. I remember meeting Andrea first, and she came up to me with this idea to throw a party, and she wanted to bring some psytrance to Detroit, and so somehow the idea got put out there. I think Andrea approached me with the idea of doing music with the yoga, and that's how that got started.
Yeah, Andrea is quite amazing, and I just love that you guys are collaborating and you're continuing to do it, which is great. You know, the more you do it, the more deeper you get into it, or
Unified.
the more
Is
unified.
that a word? I needed a word.
Yeah. Yeah, and also she just threw a party. She just threw a party this last Saturday here in Detroit called the Psyjama Party, which ended up turning out really nice. I had a great time there that night. Had some awesome psytrance artists playing, and then I played out on the chill out stage along with Neural Patterns and Tetra, in which I gotta say Tetra is just blowing my mind every time I see her. Every time I see her, she just gets. Remember?
Is Tetra? Is that Matt's sister?
I don't really know. I don't know her too well. I've just
Spaceship Earth once.
But she's getting really, really good.
And
yeah, I believe we saw her at Papa Pete's before or after a Spaceship Earth show once when I was up in Michigan.
First time I seen her was at Metamorphosis last year, and it was really an awesome time.
yeah, she's the one who really starts to jam out on the guitar, right?
Yeah. Her stuff is really dancey. It's just like really good, feel-good music. You know, her newer stuff is getting really, really nice sounding. So if you see Tetra around,
that's amazing.
her out.
Tetra, and that's from what I've gathered from people's experience at this Psyjama party. It was like a sort of psychedelic pajama party where everybody was in pajamas and there's just lots of neon lights, and I believe there was a fort, like a, what do you call it?
Awesome.
They built a blanket fort, which was really I mean, who doesn't love blanket forts? I mean, that's part of one of the favorite things from my childhood. I know that.
Right. That's yeah. It seems like every single weekend in Detroit there's something quite amazing going on.
I'm all about that blanket fort.
I know it's getting really busy now that the summer months are coming. We have festivals coming up, and that's going to be lots of fun.
Yeah, for sure. So when is the Near Infinity event?
Near Infinity is May 9th.
And that is at the Tangent Gallery, I believe.
Yep, Tangent Art Gallery in Detroit. It'll be a great time.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and
cool.
other performances that we're going to
excited
have
to talk about
Batain on the handpan from Australia. Me and him are looking at doing a couple songs together. And then also Zach and Army will be up there, and Jesse Fox. So those are always good guys to see.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely. That's really cool. I really enjoy that. And I know we talked a few days ago about something that you're planning to come up with, such as, I don't know if you talked about this, but like a school in Detroit.
Oh yeah, I can talk a little bit about it. So yeah, me and some friends here, we are looking to build this school or community center, or whatever you want to call it. And it's going to be called Conscious Life University. And our idea is to provide a space for people, for community, to build community, and for people to learn, basic how to be a human skills, which are very important. Those seem to have been left out of our standard education.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's so great that, so many amazing people such as yourself and Andrea, and the entire I Am collective, Melissa, Hank, are just getting together and doing these really amazing things. Like Detroit is a huge hub for all this inspiration and creativity.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's one thing I love about Detroit. I'm actually pretty new to Detroit. I only moved here a year and a half ago from northern Michigan, and it's been a really good city to me. I've met some amazing, amazing people here, including you guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It's a bittersweet feeling to be 6.5 hours away from Detroit, but I feel like it's important for us to be in between Detroit and Nashville for some sacred reason.
Yeah, we're like the medium ground point hub.
Yeah. There needs to be a middle point from Nashville and Detroit.
For sure. So tell us a little bit more about why you chose music as your creative outlet versus art, or are you an artist as well?
I am somewhat of an artist. I mean, I only draw and paint really when I'm like really upset. Is usually the only time I do those. But music for me was, unfortunately, when I was younger, I was pretty wild. And I'm not gonna say unfortunately because it led me to here, but when I was in high school, I ended up being put into an inpatient rehab program, and there was a kid there that brought a guitar, and while I was there, he taught me some guitar licks, and so right then, right there, I was like, man, I want to do music, and so then I got out of rehab and worked and got my first guitar, and ever since then, it's been a slow process of learning music.
Yeah, I just think that's truly an amazing story because music plays such an important role in everybody's life, and the first time I truly started to play music in 2012, it like changed my life, and I just like the fact that music is like the universal language. Everybody can relate with the music.
Yeah, and that's one thing I think, like, everyone needs to pick up an instrument, even if it's something simple like a drum or something. There's just something very healing about music and producing it, and and when you're actually playing live music, it's just the way spirit comes through you is amazing.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like how all of our musicians that we've interviewed have touched on like the fact of playing the live music and how it just like puts this like magical feeling kind of in you, and to see other people dance, and like music's like a form of mind control. Like you can get people to change their mood just by some what we would think is simple sounds, but really they're like complex vibrations that just raise everybody's spirits. Music's a very interesting tool. I love
say
it.
mind releasing.
Yeah, not even
Yes.
releasing.
Yeah, and actually, talking about healing stuff, I actually have been doing some sound healing with a guy here in Detroit named Vince.
Nice.
He's a psychologist, and he has been doing sound healing with gongs since last summer, and I help him out with his events. Usually throws them once a month. The last session we had, which was a couple weeks ago, it was over the blood moon. We had Heather and Ryan. I forget the name of their music right now, but we had them coming out, and they did like didgeridoo and crystal bowls along with the gongs. and also Benny was there with the hand pans, and it was a truly, truly beautiful night. It was awesome. Vince is really, really setting up the gongs to be more like a ceremony, and they're getting better every time. Then we also, with his gong ceremonies, comes cacao. He offers cacao with his ceremonies, which is a wonderful, wonderful healing plant that I've been working with for probably about the past 6 months or so.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Cacao.
Yeah,
Do
cacao.
you have a personal cacao?
Cacao.
I love it.
That's funny.
We needed some giggles, so that was needed.
Yes, we did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So do you have a personal favorite instrument? You've been talking about the hand drum and the gongs and all those fun things, and I know I've seen you use your computer a lot, but do you have a favorite instrument to just pick up and go with?
Yeah, it's the guitar. Guitar is what I usually play on a daily basis. I'm also learning some more hand percussion lately and stuff like that. I can play the didgeridoo. I like picking that up every day. There's this little hand instrument that I want to get, and I'm hoping someone gives me one someday because I haven't had much money lately. But it's called a kalimba, and it's like this little handheld thing, and you pluck these little things on it, and it sounds so beautiful.
Melissa, I think, has one of
I'm
those.
to get them in my music.
Kalimbo, is it like little metal strips that go like ka-dong, ding, ding, ding?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Those
I
things
played
are
with one
awesome.
of those at a minute too.
Yeah, and they're so handy. Like I can just walk around a music festival with one. You know, it like fits in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's one I can even play, and I'm not very musical.
That's
Yeah, the
good.
scale's already done up for you, so you just whatever you pluck sounds good.
I think I did Twinkle Twinkle Little Star first, and I was like, oh, this is a thing, I can do that.
You have your instrument. There you go.
Yep, we found it.
Yeah, I feel like if people are like, I can't play music, you just haven't found the right instrument yet. It's out there.
Yep, just keep trying. That's the thing. Like when I first started playing music, I was not good. I've actually only, in my eyes, I've only started to get good recently. Like after let's see here, like 13 years of music. It takes a, unless you've had lots of lifetimes with lots of music in it, then it's a little easier. Some people have it easy, but I had to learn from scratch in this lifetime, and so it's one thing I love about music is it's a never-ending journey of getting better.
Mm-hmm.
It's really awesome because the better you get at a music instrument, the better you get at life, and it's a nice correlation.
For sure.
That's a good quote. I'm gonna write that down.
So what kind of music inspired you? Like, what's some of your influences?
Well, when I first started getting into music, I was really into like rock and things like that. But then I started having some experiences in college that led me down another path, and so then I turned to Spungle. Spungle was a really big influence on me at first. It was just me and some mushrooms and Spungle for a while, and that's what really turned me on to electronic music. Period. Was Spungle. I started listening to them. Some other artists that I really, really enjoy are Tipper. I also really like Shulman. They're from Israel, and they are really, really good. Another like Ott along with Spungle, stuff like that. I really like the down-tempo genres.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I enjoy the ambient music quite a bit. It's I don't know, just you can sort of sit back and close your eyes and just relax to it and let it take you on this journey of just relaxation, healing, or whatever you need really.
Yep. Yeah, I've actually been starting to work on a little bit more like really ambient type of stuff too. That I'll start releasing here in a while. So.
Yeah. Good.
I really like meditating to some good music. I've also been in a massage therapy program for the past since September, so 7 months or so, which has been an awesome experience. I suggest everyone learn massage therapy. It's a very healing experience. Even if you don't want to do it as something that you're going to do as a job, it's just to learn to be able to be intimate with people like that on a whole different level is just such a healing experience.
That's a great point, because before I sort of got out of my shell around 2011, 2012, I was very very reserved, and even when I took a class at the job that I had, they paid for me to take a class on massage therapy for the residents at where I worked. And like when people would touch me, like I would get all tensed up, and I was like, I don't really like this. But after really opening up and allowing that sort of contact and being okay with it, it's like you said, it's a great thing to have that, to be able to be that intimate with other people.
Yeah, it's a really awesome thing. Human touch is like one of the basic needs of being a human, and in today's society, we're pretty much deprived of it from a young age, and so then it leads us to where any kind of touch is sexual, and touch isn't meant to be sexual. Like, we can touch each other and it's fine. It doesn't have to be sexual like a lot of people try to make it out to be. And to be able to learn to touch other humans without it being sexual is just an awesome experience.
I feel like that's why animals, like when you see videos of animals and everyone's like, oh, it's a cute little kitty or something, they're always like just like rolling around with each other and laying and cuddling with each other, and they're not being sexual, they're just like loving each other up and giving each other the energy and like acceptance and appreciation that they deserve.
Yep.
Sure. We don't do that as humans.
Well, not lately. I'm sure humans have done that, but our society has kind of lost track of those kinds of things. But they're on their way back, so we don't have to worry.
Yeah. Why do you think we sort of turned or went down that path where that happened, where we were uncomfortable, in the human connection?
I don't know what's really caused it. It's been I don't know, like we're from a young age, your parents have to go to work and do all these things that really we aren't supposed to be doing as humans. Working, being apart from your children and things like that is just not healthy. When kids are first born, like both parents should be in their life pretty much full time for quite a while. And so it starts there, and I have no idea how else it could have came about. I don't know.
Yeah, but like you said, sort of, we're sort of making that shift, that transition back to, oh, it's okay if I touch you on the shoulder here. It's okay if I touch your head here. That's important. I'm glad you guys brought that up.
It's always like astonishing to me too. Like now we're like more into that, and like when I go places and if I'm in a group of people that I enjoy, I'm like, oh, I want to give you a hug when I leave. And there's always that one person that's still kind of like, oh, I don't do hugs, and I'm like, you're gonna do a hug, because what's the hug gonna hurt other than you're gonna have to get used to it and then smile after. And usually they feel better, because if you left them out just because they're not a hug person, then it kind of gives them this like energy vibe where it's like, oh, maybe they left me out for a reason. But they just kind of like put it off that they don't want it. But when you kind of like almost push that sense of, hey, I want to include you in this embracing, then it makes them open up a lot more, I've noticed.
It does. Most people will open up. I actually had a girl one time actually get offended because I just like came up and hugged her. She's like, oh man, you need to ask people before you hug them. I'm like, man, it's a hug.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at. I kind of went in a circle with the statement because I was watching the chat room, but that's totally what I meant. Like, I go around the room and I'm like, I want to give everybody a hug before I leave because I don't want anybody to feel left out. Even that person that's like, oh, I don't want a hug. It's like, no, you're getting one, sorry. Everybody else got one, so you got to go through it too. And they're usually like my friend the next time I see them because they didn't get left out.
What was really funny about it was the fact that the name of the meeting was Hug Detroit. And so this girl came and she got offended by a hug. So I don't think she was supposed to be there. But obviously she was. So
Maybe she was meant to be there just so she could get a hug from you, and then now she's like going back to her house, sort of reevaluating her whole existence.
Mhm.
exactly.
The power of a hug.
Oh, they're
Sure.
super powerful.
That's one thing I enjoy about Paradigm Shift too. Is he's all about his free hugs.
Yeah.
So I think that's something pretty cool that he does.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
Yeah, paradigm shift from the Brandon Colton from London. He'll go out into the streets and he does this free hug campaign where he just holds the signs, free hugs, and it's pretty amazing to see like how many people come up to him and just sort of accept that free hug, and then just like you can tell their vibration, their energy is just like.
Instant rise.
Yeah, and then sort of like a big group of people just sort of crowd around and like I don't know, it's just planting those seeds of love is okay in this world. Like it's okay to love people.
We have people screaming free hugs in the chat room, so we're just gonna do virtual hugs
Free
now.
hugs for everyone.
Virtual hugs for everybody.
Yeah, I like hugging myself.
That's right.
Yeah, I really love those really deep hugs where you just you embrace somebody and then you squeeze tighter and they squeeze tighter and you just keep squeezing tighter and tighter until you're both like you just make that sound.
Kind of like hanging out with. I've been hanging out with the Ann Arbor crew a lot lately, helping out with Metamorphosis, and it's just always so hard to leave because like you have to have like there's like 10 people in the room and you got like a 5-minute hug for each person.
Mm.
Yeah, speaking of Metamorphosis, the guy who runs it, doesn't he do the hug therapy?
Yep. Brian V.
He gives some good hugs.
The Galactic Kitty. I don't know if he's still there, but yeah, he gives great bear hugs. Great bear hugs.
Yeah, I remember the first time I met him, it was just a huge hug.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know you yet. I wasn't super comfortable with all that at my first Metamorphosis last year.
Right.
It's been an amazing year.
Yeah.
It's a growth. Like it's pretty much what I did all winter. I hibernated like what we're supposed to do in winter, and came back into myself, and just practiced yoga, meditation, music, drawing, reading, whatever I could do that wasn't the television.
Right.
Pretty much. My big views on TV is like it's like one of those things that like you really shouldn't ever do. I mean, sometimes I get caught up in it here and there, but like every time you're watching TV, that's like time that you could be spent like making yourself better instead of wasting it.
Right.
I fully agree with that.
There's this quote by Groucho Marx, and he says, "TV is very informational. Every time it gets turned on, I go into another room and read a book."
That's right.
That's pretty much how it is in my house. I have people that like watching TV in my house, and so then I have to like hide in my bedroom and just do my own things.
Mm-hmm.
It's taught me to be okay with being by myself,
right?
Which is nice.
Oh, how do you spell cacao?
Let's see here. COCAO.
Yeah.
CACAO.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
We had someone in the chat room. He was asking if you could tell us a little bit more about that. Actually, I was just trying to look it up at the same time.
Okay, definitely. Well, the cacao is the cacao we use is harvested from the jungle. I forget what country we get it from. Guatemala. There we go. It's in Guatemala. We know a shaman down there that hand picks everything self-sustainably, and so we get the cacao and then we prepare it into teas. We like to add cinnamon and cayenne pepper. You can also add other little herbs that you like, and you just prepare that into a drink. We usually, I believe, 2 ounces is the typical dose, and So you take that, and it's pretty much just a very gentle heart opener. You'll notice yourself feeling a lot more focused, a lot happier. It's a very, very gentle medicine that I've really been enjoying working with. It seems like every time that I use it, it gets stronger and has like more of an effect on me. And you know, it goes really well with cacao. I mean, with the gongs. It's perfect. Perfect match.
Awesome.
Is cacao what they use to make chocolate?
Yes. Cacao is what chocolate comes from.
Mm.
So cacao is the raw stuff that you get right from the plant material.
Mm. Yeah, and I know you can go to the store and some of the candy bars will have wrappers on it and it'll say like 60% cacao or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the Hershey's, I don't think they have any cacao in them whatsoever, so it's not even real chocolate.
No, it's not real chocolate at all. It's gross.
Yeah.
When in the cacao, the main chemical that is enhancing us is theobromine, which is awesome. But my thing's gonna die here, so I need to get it plugged in. 1 second.
Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think
Did you hear him?
No.
I didn't hear him either.
couldn't hear. But yeah, I think you had me try some cacao once. Alex is in the chat room. He's like, I need this. And he's also enjoying our reviews on the mind control box of television.
Yeah. Yeah, the ads are, I think, the most, like, especially if you're just watching like a regular TV show or whatever.
Yeah.
Just the ads are just, oh my, they literally give me a headache. If I just listen to one, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, what?
I always wonder what I did growing up.
That's
because,
real mind
like,
control.
Yeah, it really is. But like even when like I said when I was growing up, I would watch TV and it was just a thing in my household to have the TV on just for noise because my family doesn't do silence well.
Right.
And I would sleep with it on, and I would wake up and it'd be on, and I'd come home from school and it'd be on, and I'd be like, that's probably why it took me so long to enjoy silence, was because I grew up with a constant television, and now I don't turn the TV on unless we're watching Star Trek.
Watch. And it's on Netflix, so no ads.
It's not even TV.
No commercials.
All right, I got my stuff plugged in.
All right.
Now it's dying on me. I should have charged it beforehand.
Don't feel
Nice.
bad. Mine's about to do the same.
Yeah. Stuff happens. Mine would die after like 10 seconds of being unplugged.
Yeah. Well, this is I'm just using a tablet right now, so it'll last a little bit longer. But
Yeah. Nice.
so
And
cacao. Is there more questions on cacao?
Yeah, they're excited about it, and they're all wanting to know more about it. I know you touched on a lot of it. They were looking for the healing properties and just all different stuff, but there's a lot of people that are interested in it.
Yeah, definitely look into it. Give it a search on Google. You can find lots of information on how to prepare it and how to best use it. I've been using it about once a month or so. It's just a very awesome thing. Like sometimes I like to use it before going out. It's a very nice mood elevator. Really puts you in a good mood and just super happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you said that when the more often you use it, your body sort of anticipates it and sort of that increases the effect of it.
Yeah, it definitely. The more I do it, the more effects I get from it each time. So yeah, it's an awesome thing.
Yeah, I know when I started eating the chocolate that actually had cacao in it, stuff like 80% cacao or 90% cacao, it's just it tastes much better, much richer, and it really does elevate your mood. You know, in Harry Potter with the Dementors, Professor Lupin would give Harry chocolate to make him feel better and to bring back that happy feeling and, you know, the happy memories when the Dementors were trying to suck it away. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Professor Lupin?
He pulls it out of his pocket and is like, here, eat this now.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Well,
Is
Harry
that-
Potter.
yeah.
I'm all about that Harry Potter land.
Yeah, and so that it's girls when they're on their moon cycle, when they're on their cycles, chocolate is a or cacao even is a great remedy to alleviate some of that,
Definitely.
improve your mood, and I like what you said about it being a heart opener. That's I haven't heard that term used for before.
Oh, yeah. That's probably the best effect it has. It really just makes you a lot friendlier with people, lets you open up a lot easier with people, and just come into a state of acceptance,
Mm.
which
Yeah.
is an awesome state to be in.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think it's because it does sort of improve your mood and make you feel good about yourself so that you don't worry about what other people are thinking? You're just like, wow, I feel really great, and I want to spread that around.
Yeah, yeah. Like I would compare cacao to like a very light dose of MDMA. It's pretty much the same effects. Uh, you know, as long as it's real quality pharmaceutical MDMA,
Hmm.
which is not available very easily. Um,
Man, I just like it's really amazing. You have a lot of great things that you're doing, a lot of wonderful projects that you're a part of in Detroit, and so it's been wonderful to speak with you. Are there any things that you wanted to mention on the show that we haven't gotten to yet?
um, let's see here. Well, I do like to talk. I am beginning to start to write a book here. It's in its very, very early stages. My path in my life has taught me a lot about, you know, being in acceptance with your sexuality and being able to actually go after your desires and, you know, be okay with your desires. Your desires aren't bad. Um, your desires come from you desire a certain experience and you need to experience it.
Hmm.
If you desire something and like leave it into fantasy, then you don't ever experience it, so you don't get to actually make up your mind about it. You have like your illusion that you make up in your head about the situation, and so then you make up all these little things that don't ever actually exist, and so it's best to accept all that. And
Hmm.
so the my book will mostly be about like my journey through through some things that happened to me as a child and my whole life of being really disassociated from myself early on in my life. So I had an event in my life early as a child that kind of disassociated me from myself, and my journey up until this point has been me like coming back into myself, and it feels really good to
Hmm.
be. Um, that's one thing I do. I attribute a lot of it to there's certain psychedelics that you will give you a glimpse into your highest self, and it will like show you what it feels like, and just it shows you how it feels. It shows you the talents you have, all at the higher level, through after your experience. And so that's a really helpful thing that once you see the power you have and being this amazing human, then once you see that you just gotta have it. It really
Hmm.
makes you work for it because
Hmm.
being that being our highest self would be an awesome experience. So
Yeah.
that's what I strive for on a daily basis.
Yeah. I think it was what you said is about the hard work for me myself per se. If I don't have to work hard for it, sometimes I feel like I don't deserve it. So just working hard for me is very important, And when you were talking about the desires, I know we were talking about it a few days ago, and I asked you, how do you know which desires are the pure ones or which ones are good for you? And you said just sort of follow through with your desires and see how it makes you feel, see how it feels for other people, or how other people are affected, and and determine what's the best thing to do.
Yeah, yeah. You don't really know until you experience it. So you have to experience things, and then you can kind of make your mind up after that. So in those kinds of situations, it's always really important for us to not judge ourselves. We're all learning. It's a constant learning and expansion, and so you don't know something's right or wrong until you know it's right or wrong to you, and that only makes it right or wrong to you. It doesn't make it right or wrong to other people, and so that's really important.
Right. So we got a question from Nick Melnicki.
We actually have 2 questions, but let me find Nick's real quick. Okay. Nick wants to know what your most important and favorite intention or sacred activity to participate in every day is.
Every day? All right.
Yeah.
Get a little bit into like my daily routine here. I find it's really important when you wake up in the morning to just, you got to start your morning off good. I like to start off my morning. I get up, I have a glass of water, I have a mindful tea session. I just brew some tea, and then I just sit there with my tea, drinking it, followed by some yoga. I've been doing these the Tibetan rites, which are like a little exercise that you can do each morning. If you guys want to look into those, I've been really enjoying doing that. And then after my exercise in the morning, I like to cook up a really nice breakfast, and then after that is singing and dancing time. Every morning for at least an hour and a half or so. You got to sing and dance every day. It will make it so much better.
I've been trying to get in a habit of that. It does make it a lot better.
Like I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of Nako in the mornings. Nako and Medicine for the People. That music just really sets my day off well every single day.
Nako's wonderful.
It sounds like some music I need to take to work with me and put a smile on my face.
Yes.
For sure.
Yep. And what was the other question?
From Alex. He wants to know what your favorite colors are.
Oh, nice. Well, I have 4 favorite colors, and they are orange, blue, green, and purple.
Nice. He said that he felt some yellow and green coming from your energy. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, I like green a lot. I'm not a fan of yellow. Not a fan of the yellow.
Not a fan of yellow.
Understandable.
That's okay. That is okay. Yeah, my colors have transitioned throughout my entire life. First it was like blue, and then it switched to green, and then purple, and then went to like red and orange, and I don't know.
Yeah, mine switched a lot too. That's why I have 4 favorites. I can't pick one of them. They all, green and purple go really well together, and then also does orange and blue, and so they're just nice colors.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so it's coming up to close to wrapping up time. Did you have any question that you would like to ask either of us?
I don't think so.
All right.
What have you guys been up to? Like all kinds of stuff, right?
Well, this is interesting. I've just got 2, as we call it, muggle jobs.
I
started working at a print shop and cleaning a movie theater, which I'd go in at like around midnight and clean the movie theater up, and it's karma balancing itself out really, because throughout the time when I was younger, I would always sneak into the movies and not pay for any of them. And it's funny because I haven't gotten paid from that job because something's wrong with the direct deposit. So
he bragged about it too before he got the job. So that's kind of my karma's coming at him.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
But it's been keeping you busy. I just got done a full weekend. It was my first full weekend of actually going to one of the healing shops, and I did intuitive readings and card readings, and it was like 15 or so of them, like right in a row, and they were like hour-long sessions. And every person I gave a reading for cried happy tears by the end of the session. So that was like a huge like accomplishment for me to like go out and get in my own hometown, because I'm used to doing it at festivals and I'm used to doing it online and for my friends, but I didn't know like any of these people, so it was like it's a huge experience, and I was super excited about it.
Yeah, I'm really excited to start working on my clinicals in massage school. That's gonna be lots of fun.
Yeah.
To help out tons of people.
Right.
For sure. It's like a totally like overwhelming happiness when you help people that you don't know, and they're like so grateful for your gifts and just your time that you're spending with them, and it's so rewarding.
Yeah. The big thing I always did in life is like I always wanted to help people, but I kind of went about it the wrong way. You know, you can't help anyone unless they want the help.
Right.
And so that was a big lesson for me this past year. And so now the massage gives me an avenue to help people and get paid for it, and you know, be able to live a nice life.
Yeah. Beautiful. That's wonderful. So, did you have any shout-outs that you would like to do?
Shout-outs? I don't know. I don't need to do shout-outs.
Right.
Sounds good.
Everyone knows who everyone knows. So
Awesome. Well,
it's a safe way to go, and I don't blame you.
right.
yeah, that works. And then no one's upset if I don't say their name.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I'm not saying anyone's name.
Okay.
I love you guys all. So
Everybody's name.
Shout out to the world.
yes, shout out to the world. Shout out to the universe.
Beautiful. Well, how is there any way that people can find you? Where do you exist on the interweb?
I have a Facebook page under Liquid Sound Theory. You can also find me on SoundCloud under Liquid Sound Theory. I have a website in development to kind of encompass everything that I do, all the healing music. You know, I have quite a wide range of talents that I can put to use. So I want to get a website up, and I'll definitely let you guys have that website address as soon as it is ready.
That'd be very beautiful. And also, if you go to projectbringmelife.com, under the music tab, click on Liquid Sound Theory, and there you will be able to listen to his SoundCloud, which is embedded into the website, and all of his links will be provided there. So check that out. And Brandon, again, thank you so much for being on the show. It's been a really awesome conversation. Really
awesome. Thank you guys so much for inviting me.
Yes, for sure.
Excited to see you at Near Infinity.
Yes, we'll see you in
Near Infinity. I can't wait.
It's coming quicker than we think.
No, oh, I know. It's. I have so much to do before then. It's unreal, but I'll get it done. So.
All right. Well, have a beautiful night, Brandon.
Awesome. You guys have one too.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, we love you.
The claw. All right. So that was a nice conversation.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do the cosmic energy this evening?
Yeah. Well, let's do it. Do you have your cosmic energy ready?
I do. Do you have a way to bring my picture up? If not,
Is it on the Cosmic Energy Forecast page?
Yeah, actually, my picture is a picture by Melissa Henk of you.
Yes, I did mention to the group chat that Melissa's name would be dropped on this show. So Melissa Henk, the picture that you created for us is truly amazing, and
we've got several versions of it, and we have a couple favorites, so we just rotate them through different ways of using them.
yeah. Thank you again, Melissa. So let's we're on the chat right now. I'm trying to find the page. Okay, here we are. And all you have to do, if you want to ever go to the Cosmic Energy Forecast yourself, projectbringmelife.com, and at the very right, the tab Cosmic Energy Forecast. Just click on that tab. It'll take you right to the Cosmic Energy Forecast blog.
And while you're doing that, I just want to give a shout out to all our awesome people that are in the chat room. We got David, and we got Alex, and we got Nick Malnicki, who
Nick
we missed.
Malnicki, we love you. How are you in there? How did Nick get in there?
I'm not sure, but he misses the internet, and I told him we're gonna kidnap him with Castle Shine very soon. But I just wanted to give a shout out to them because it's always important for us to have people that are active. We have a lot of lurkers in there every now and then, but to have people that actually conversate with us, and I know sometimes it gets me out of the live podcast happenings, but to know that we have people watching and are excited and want to be an interactive part of our tribe, it's just really important to us. It keeps us going. So now we're going to get into the cosmic energy forecast for this week. And this week we are recovering from last week's full speed energy as we're starting to feel a little exhausted from all the high energy happenings. Yeah, for sure. So though it seems that we should still end this week with a little bit more of a cheery note than it started, being all drained from the weekend activities, today, Tuesday, April 14th, Mercury is shifting from Aries and speeding into a Taurus, giving us all a clearer view of what it is we feel we are meant to do. And this exchange means that the communications and travel are at a more slow pace and a bit just giving us a time to breathe or a chance to analyze what's happening. We need to rest some before gearing up for full speed again throughout the next 3 weeks. Also, we got Pluto going in retrograde this Thursday, and it'll stay in retrograde until September. And though many astronomers technically downgraded Pluto from its planetary status, it still plays a huge, interesting effect on our energy. It's making it a time to really get within ourselves and to dig deep and identify things that have passed through their glory in our life and made room for the bigger changes. Because there's many changes that lie ahead for us, especially within the next 5 months. It's a big transitional period, and we've already just came out of a transitional period where we were making room for the new, and we're still doing that spring cleaning, and summer's just going to be full of big shifts. So with that happening, just be ready to embrace a new you come September when Pluto wakes up from its retrograde slumber. Also, this Friday, Mars will be mixing things up as it squares off with Jupiter. With Mars in Taurus and Jupiter in Leo, this combination is bouncing around energy like a bull in a china shop, or even scarier, a bull in a lion's den. And bulls and lions don't necessarily get along very well. They're both pretty big and beastly animals. If you find a way for your inner lion to tame itself to be friends with the stubborn bull, you're likely to get further at this time. So be patient with yourself and each other as we're all going through these major transitions together. Also, this new moon is a perfect time to start launching those new business ideas, those new products, new relationships, or even just self-discovery and habits that you've been waiting to put into motion. Don't forget also that it's just important to embrace each other's changes. People that you know now might not be the same tomorrow or next week, and definitely not by next year. So as your friends and your surroundings change, just embrace that and embrace the new people that come into your life as well, because this is all a time of new things happening. And this weekend is our new moon readings. So give us a tune in and we shall help you with that adventure. And that's my energy forecast.
Beautiful. Thank you.
For sure.
Yeah. So I definitely resonate with what you said about there, because last week was just so exhausting. Even on Tuesday, like I apologize for, hardly being able to talk during last week's, podcast last week. It was ridiculous.
There was just so much happening, and we had, like you said, we had different jobs happening, and we wanted to keep Project New Life going strong, so we wanted to make sure everything was still live for now, and we were making big changes. We did a whole new update to the website, so if you have a minute, check all those out, because things are happening.
Check out the 5-year plan. I'm really trying to get that out there for everybody to check that out. The 5-year plan is under the About tab.
Yeah, we're going to have a button on the left-hand side here coming up soon, but like we said, we've been shifting some things around, and the 5-year plan is really important to us because we want everybody to realize we're not just a podcast. There's so much more happening here, and we're really trying to aim, similar to our guests, we're trying to get a school, but down here in our neck of the Appalachian Mountains, and we really want to branch out and be able to educate people on the alternatives and things that they can do to kind of break from the norm, so to say, or just embrace themselves, really, is a better way of putting it. Just to embrace themselves and the world around them and to be able to grow sustainably and accept their gifts.
Mm-hmm. Grow sustainably and accept your gifts. That's what it's all about.
For sure. And let's see here. There's a couple other new things on the page too. We got the front page now. You can easily find the forums, which we would like to make super active.
Mhm.
If we could just get some people to post once a day or once a week, just get some more posts going up in there. That'd be really cool. And also, if you haven't subscribed and you would like to subscribe at projectbermudalife.com, on the right-hand side, if you give us your email, you'll be entered in to win a bracelet by
Actually,
Fantastic Sun.
I was hoping to if you want, see if you want to do this, if somebody wanted to win the bracelet, instead of only just subscribing and tweeting at
Ooh.
PBM2L, hashtag PBM2L. I was thinking live, maybe, or just hashtagging PBM2L.
That would work.
Tweet at PBM2L what you liked about tonight's show,
There you go.
or what you liked about any show during this past month. And whoever tweets, and we will pick the winner of, from that. So if you tweet us, that will enter you in a chance to win.
Yeah, that gives us a chance to know who's active and who's actually paying attention.
Exactly.
There we go.
Because subscribing is pretty easy to do that, and we're trying to get more involved with our newsletter, and that'll happen eventually, and we're still working on that. We're just getting started for branding and social networking with Project Room Life, and staying consistent. That's something that we are continually working on and trying to improve upon. So
For sure.
So yeah, just tweet us at PBM12. Tell us what you liked about tonight's show and every show, because if you tweet us, we will tweet you back.
Yes, it's true. Part of what distracts me when I'm trying to do these live shows is I'm trying to tweet and interact with everybody and make sure everybody's on the same page. So I'm here, guys. I'm here just in the virtual spirit. That's the thing, though.
I bet Alex is all about the tweeting.
He's actually more about the soup.
Oh,
It's all about that Sue life.
too bad he can't be on the chat.
It'll be there once.
It'll be there eventually. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this solar flare update. So there's a big one right there. We've had about 35 solar flares since last Tuesday, and this is the biggest one so far. This happened earlier today. It's actually two, one right there at the beginning, and then another one, the jam, right there. And it sort of looks like it's following this planet right here, if you see. And what happens when planets sort of align themselves between the sun and Earth? It creates this sort of gravitational pull on each other. And so it does affect the sun, and it does create, some explosions, some coronal mass ejections or solar flares with the sun. So that's what you're seeing there. And I don't believe that these solar flares are Earth-directed, as there has been no report on those. So not much to worry about on blackouts or satellites going down or anything like that. So we haven't had any X-class solar flares in a while, but we'll keep an eye on that. So moving on to the sunspots, you can see there's a great amount of sunspots right now, and those are really big as well. And they're about to face the Earth. So with those giant sunspots, what it is it's a hole in the magnetic force field of the sun, and that allows the ions from the sun, the plasma, to sort of shoot out, and it won't get dragged back in because that magnetic pull isn't there. So that can actually shoot out and hit Earth, which will affect, our satellites. It will affect our energy. It will affect our atmosphere, and it will create what we know of as the aurora borealis, which will take me to the aurora forecast right here. So you notice that this will start just today. This will be a today and tomorrow forecast. So you can see it sort of begins to dip in northern Canada, sort of mid-range Canada. But as you can see, there's not much until around 1600 Universal Time. But still, it doesn't really, affect us here in the United States. It doesn't dip below the border on Canada. So don't expect to see any auroras if you're living in northern Michigan. At least not tonight. Sorry, folks. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that solar flare update, and that will be this week's update. So until next week, hope you enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to flick. I thought it was a fly, but it was my mouse. So.
Oh, the technology world.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I have a card reading. If you could do me the honor of putting my cards up for people to see.
Okay. And yeah, that's on the front page of the
Yes.
website.
You can now find the card readings easily with the card reading button right on the home page. But I like to give them verbally for you all. That way you can feel the energy behind them as well.
Yeah.
So I got to use my new deck, which I am super excited about because it's an Angel Dream deck. And I got it for the Easter celebration holiday that my family does. Instead of doing the whole candy thing, I get tarot cards and crystal books and all kinds of stuff.
Your aunt for Easter gave me a meditation Bible.
Yeah, see, it's kind of like Christmas. It's just the season of giving. It's the celebration of the rebirth of Jesus and many other things. So yeah. So this week's card reading, Sela was bringing it up.
Yeah, as soon as my computer decides to work with us.
Understandable. Also, in the live chat, we are talking about Sue. Sue is like Facebook, but you get paid. So if you are interested, you should check out sue.co. I don't think it's .com. I think it's .co. And you can get on there, and you can actually post to your Twitter and to your Facebook from Sue. And it allows you to accumulate funds for your active content that is just like not a whole bunch of memes, really. It's things that are as original and stuff that you want to share. And you can also share the Project Bring Me to Life podcasts. And if other people share them, then you'll get paid for that too. So that's an awesome idea. Let's check that out. And do we have the cards?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, there we go. Awesome. I'm pretty excited about this week's card reading. It flows pretty well with my cosmic energy forecast. It's just a reminder that now is a good time to give each other some space, have some quiet time. Though the end of the week, it's good to start putting those business ideas and stuff into play. Right now, it's a reminder that it's important to imagine what you wish to accomplish first. The Daydream card shows itself to give us that nudge to spend some time with ourselves. Through the high energy period of last week, it's likely many of us were on the go, go, go. And now it's time to really allow your mind to wander in a quiet space. Imagine all the things that you've been dreaming about. They're finally able to come to fruition, and it's just really important to give us that time. And it's also time to make a little bit more room for those dreams to come true while manifesting them into complete perfection. Shows as the dolphin. And dolphins are all about that cosmic awareness. Remember to take a deep breath each day and connect with the outside world and those that are also there that share a familiar dream with you. Bring yourself to a sense of peace where you may manifest your abundance. It may also be a good idea to daydream about swimming with the dolphins or some sacred geometry symbols. All of that divine wisdom and connection, and all of that is really connected as well to the Akashic Records, which stores all the history and information and connection to the divine space. Which brings us to our last card, which is the third eye, represented by the color purple, which may be showing itself more vibrantly these days to you. This is a very important time as the veil is thin, and many of us are receiving more messages and channeling them than we previously have been. Or maybe we were just taking a break for them to come through more clearly. So a sense of clairvoyance is setting in strong, and it's giving us many ideas, thoughts, and opportunities that are showing themselves in a clearer view. So be sure to share what you learn with others and grow with each other. It's important to share your experiences so we all know that we're not alone. It's a good time to be alive and move forward. To just remind yourself that though this time you may feel drained compared to the last few weeks where everything was so busy, it's really prepping you for the upcoming journey that we're about to take off on. For so many of us, the upcoming weeks are about to be full of adventure and change and shifting and transformation as summer brings bright new flowers and blossoming things into our world. So just sit back and relax and manifest your dreams. Reach for the stars because they're closer than they seem. So stay awake and shine on always, because that's all of my card reading for today.
I really like those cards. Those are nice cards.
Yeah, I really love this new deck. I'm so excited. I needed some new imagery in my life.
Yeah. What deck did you say it was?
The Angel Dreams deck by Doreen Virtue, and I can't remember her daughter-in-law's name, but Doreen. It's a Doreen deck.
Oh. I like that it has the chakras in there, as well as animals and just people.
It's also got crystals mixed in with it in rooms of the house and spaces, which I thought was interesting. It's got like the bathroom and the living room and the kitchen and the bedroom, and those cards show up when you need to spend certain time, like, I think the bathroom's alone time, the kitchen is nurturing yourself, and it's just a really exciting deck, and I am so excited to be sharing it with you in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, I think I just pulled the bathroom deck.
Oh.
Bathroom card, excuse me.
Yeah, it sounds like you.
I'm just kidding, of course. Thank you for that wonderful, splendid, stupendous card reading.
I like the word shantastic. We'll go with that.
The shantastic card reading.
Yeah, sounds good. It was a good podcast. I was a little bit sleepy and drained before, but now I'm energized and alive.
Yes. Also, for everybody who's still listening, thank you, first off.
Oh, I want to give a shout out to Jody, who also joined the live chat.
Oh, great. I know it's not always easy to stay tuned and, stay focused, what with our distractive minds in this reality. But if you have been here the whole time, you are amazing. You are wonderful. You are so appreciated and loved. Everybody is, but just the fact that you've stayed here with us, it really says something about you and about how much you support this project and how much you are this project.
For sure.
With that being said, please, if you have not yet, visit Spreaker.com/Project Dream Your Life. Make sure you follow us, and there is where we are posting our podcasts. Technically, what we're doing right here is a live show, and what I do with it is I take it and I add some production value to it. So if you go to the Spreaker.com/Project Dream Your Life, there will be additions to what you are hearing now. So much more higher quality production. There will be music. So I know people said one thing they would add to the podcast is music. If you really want to listen to that, it's on Spreaker now.
You can also check out our first radio show that Suleiman did about a week or two ago, and it was one of our most listened to things on Spreaker, and I really like that you can download things on Spreaker and take them with you. So put us in your pocket and take us to work, take us on your run, listen while you're washing the dishes, folding them clothes.
Yeah.
We'll keep you entertained, we promise.
Yeah. Yep. And the radio show is on there, like she said. It was 45 minutes, and all of the musicians that I played were on our website. So, except for one who just signed up, and they'll be on there shortly.
Yeah. And we got to debut a Sentient song. That was pretty cool. Yeah. And
he literally got it done like an hour before he sent it to us.
We felt special. It was awesome.
Thanks to Sentient.
And if you're a musician or an artist that's just stumbling across this, get a hold of us so that we can help share you. That's what we do.
Yeah, so thank you from the bottom of my heart in all sincerity. I really do thank you all, and I really am very honored and very blessed to be doing this with all of you. And, you know, we're a team here. We're all a team, and we're doing it. We're the A team. If you're listening, you're part of the A team. So thank you. And I love you. We love you.
Stay awake and shine on always. Have a good night.
Bye.